Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 11 of the Walk with Ethan Hockey podcast. I'm your host, Ethan Black, and today we're talking about the games from Tuesday, May 5th, through last night, Wednesday, May 6th, as well as go over the games from tonight, May 7th, all the way to Monday's games, the 12th. I'm sorry, the 11th. My apologies. 12th is Tuesday. And same with the Calder Cup. We're going to go over the games from last night and Tuesday night, as well as preview the games for Thursday for the 11th. So let's just not waste any time. We're just going to go right into it as we kick off with Tuesday, May 5th, with the only game for NHL, 8 p.m. Eastern, game two of the quarterfinals of the Stanley Cup. Colorado Avalanche again hosting Minnesota Wild, and they win the game with a score of 5-2. Valerie Nishkin gets his first one of the playoffs, 5 seconds left in the game on an empty netter. So your three stars, all from Colorado Avalanche. Nathan McKinnon, your first star. Scott Wedgwood is your second star, and Gabriel Lansky is your third star. So Colorado takes the series 2-0. And then last time we had two games on tap. Kicking it off at 7 p.m. Eastern, we had Buffalo Sabres hosting the Montreal Canadiens, and Buffalo gets the win with the score of 4-2. Bowen Bryan gets the power play goal in the second period, 9 minutes and 1 second on a power play. That's his fourth of the playoffs. And the other Montreal Canadian goal was from Kirby Dach, getting his third of the playoffs. So Buffalo takes that series one. That was their first game, kicking off their quarterfinal series. In game number two, between Anaheim Ducks and Vegas Golden Knights, Vegas hosts Anaheim again, and Anaheim ties the series up with a score of 3-1. Mark Stone getting the only goal for Vegas at 6 seconds left in the game. That was on a power play goal, but Jansen Hart's getting his first of the playoffs at empty net, 16 and a half minutes. Oh, and I forgot to mention three. So for the three stars for Buffalo, Montreal are Zach Benson, your first star from Buffalo, Ryan McLeod, your second star from Buffalo, and Jordan Greenway also is your third star from Buffalo. And from the Anaheim Vegas, Leo Carson, your first star from Anaheim Ducks. Leon Drysdale is your second star from Anaheim Ducks, and Mark Shaw, your third star from Vegas Golden Knights. So those are the games. And now here are the preview for tonight as we record is early afternoon, all the way up to Monday the 11th. So tonight we have game three at 8 p.m. Eastern. Carolina Hurricanes visit Philadelphia Flyers. So Philly looks to get on the board, but Hurricanes look to make it a 3-0 series lead. Tomorrow, Friday, May 8th, two games on tap. Game two between Buffalo and Montreal at 7 p.m. Eastern. Buffalo again hosting Montreal. Then game three between Vegas and Anaheim. But this time Vegas is visiting the Anaheim Ducks, and that's at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, May 9th, two games on tap. Game four between Carolina Hurricanes, Philadelphia Flyers, and Carolina is visiting Philadelphia again. Then at 9 p.m. Eastern, game three between Colorado Avalanche and Minnesota Wild. This time Colorado is in Minnesota for that one. So Colorado looks to take a 3-0 lead. Then Sunday, May 10th, we have game three between Montreal and Buffalo. That's 7 p.m. Eastern, but this time Buffalo is in Montreal. And game four between Anaheim and Vegas. Anaheim is hosting Vegas again. Then on Monday, May 11th, we have two games. We don't know the times yet, but game five between, if it does go to game five between Philly and Carolina, Philly will visit Carolina Hurricanes for that one. And we are having game four between Colorado and Minnesota, and Colorado will visit Minnesota again for that one. So that is all the NHL stuff we had for today. And then we're going to jump over to the American Hockey League, continuing their Calder Cup playoffs. As we go to Tuesday, May 5th, we had 5 games on tap here. We had the first two games were at 7 p.m. Eastern. So game number one, we had Wilkes-Barre Grand Penguins defeating Hershey Bears with the score of 4-3. And by the way, Penguins were visiting Hershey Bears for that, and that was in overtime for that game. Game number two between also 7 p.m. Eastern, Lava Rockets visiting Toronto Marlies, and the Rockets do get the win with the score of 4-0. So that series is tied 2 apiece. So we are going to game 5 for that series. And by the way, Penguins do take that series. Penguins and Hershey Bears are 2-1, by the way, in that series. So Penguins look to close out their series with a 3-1 win. Game number 3, 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Springfield Thunderbirds hosting the Providence Bruins again, and this time they get a win again. This time overtime with the score of 3-2. So that series, Thunderbirds take it 2-1, so they could close out their series in Game 4. Game number 4, 8 p.m. Eastern, we get our fifth and final game in the Central Division semifinals between Chicago Wolves and Texas Stars. Chicago hosting the Texas Stars, and they easily get the win with a score of 6-1. So Chicago wins the series and punch their tickets to the Central Division Finals. They'll meet the winner of the Grand Rapids Griffins Manitoba Moose in that finals. And game number 5, 10 p.m. Eastern, Coachella Valley Firebirds hosting Ontario Reign, and Ontario Reign gets the win with a score of 2-1. And Ontario Reign takes that series 2-1 as well. That was game 3 between them. And then last time we only had 2 games on tap here. At 8 p.m. Eastern, we had Manitoba Moose visiting the Grand Rapids Griffins, and the Griffins get the win with the score of 4-2. So Griffins take that series 2-1. That was game 3 of 5 between those two teams. And then at 10 p.m. 9:05 p.m. Eastern, we had Colorado Eagles hosting Henderson Silver Knights. This is game 3 between both of these teams in the Central Division semifinals. Game 3. I know tonight we have 3 games on tap. The first 2 games at game number 1, 7 p.m. Eastern. This is game 4 between Wilkes-Barre and Hershey. Springfield and Ontario can close their series tonight with a win here. If not, we're going to game 5 for these 3 here. And at 5 minutes later, 7:05 p.m. Eastern, Springfield Thunderbirds again hosting Providence Bruins. This is game 4. And like I just said a minute ago, Springfield looks to end their series. And at 9 p.m. Eastern, Ontario Reign visiting Coachella Valley Firebirds again. And this is game 4. And Ontario looks to punch their ticket to the Pacific Division Finals. Then tomorrow, Friday, May 8th, 1 game on tap here. Game 4 between Grand Rapids Griffins, Manitoba Moose. Manitoba visiting Grand Rapids again. That is at 7 p.m. Eastern. And the Griffins look to end their series with a 3-1 lead. But Manitoba Moose is going to try to push for game 5. Now on Saturday, on May 9th, we have as of right now, we have 6 games on tap here. The only one confirmed as of right now at 3 p.m. Eastern will be between Level Rock and Toronto Mars. Mars will face the Rocket. It was actually supposed to be tomorrow night, but if anybody did see it on Twitter, it got pushed back to Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And this is game 5 between these. So this is the North Division Finals, and the winners will be the Cleveland Monsters in the North Division Finals. So, and then if this does go to game 5 at 6:05 p.m. Eastern, Wilkes-Barre Parents hosting the Hershey Bears. 7 p.m. Eastern, if this does go to game 5, Manitoba Moose fits in the Grand Rapids Griffins again. 7:05 p.m. Eastern, Providence Bruins hosts the Springfield Thunderbirds. But again, if that does go to game 5. Also, we did have 2 games confirmed for this. Officially confirmed, I should say. 6:05 p.m. Mountain Time, so that'd be 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Colorado Eagles hosting the Henderson Silver Knights again. Colorado Eagles look to end that series there. As of right now. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, Coachella Valley Firebirds hosting Ontario if this does go to game 5. And then Sunday, May 10th, it does go to game 5 between Colorado and Henderson Silver Knights. That's the only game on tap for that Sunday. That is at 9:05 p.m. Eastern. But again, if Colorado do win their series with 3-1, then games 4 and 5 won't happen. Then Monday, May 11th, we have nothing. So basically, a lot up in the air right now. So when I come back record, it should be Tuesday or Wednesday. We should know the division final. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Your host, Ethan Black. I'll be back either on Tuesday or Wednesday talking about the games from tonight for Monday. Have a good weekend, guys, and stay safe.